Hi guys, do you struggle with money? Do you often feel anxiety about money and lack of financial safety? Then listen up, because I want to share with you a few observations, strategies, and ideas that can change how you look at money and help you to get in control of your finances. Hi guys, I'm Anna Lehman, a personal performance coach, and in this channel we talk about everything related to personal success, and financial independence is one of the most important aspects of it. Based on my observations, successful people have financial independence. And to make it clear, I'm not referring to millionaires here or 1% of the richest people on the planet. I'm talking about average human beings who live normal daily life, who just need to learn the skills of money management and embrace the right mindset in terms of money. Today, I want to talk to you about something that relates to so many of us, yet we rarely address it openly: being poor. We're not just talking about living paycheck to paycheck, but rather about feelings of stress, anxiety, or frustration that come with it. In this video, we are going to explore why many people struggle financially, and more importantly, how they can change their situation. Point number one: scarcity mindset. I know what you will say. Oh my God, mindset again, all this fluff. Can we just talk about real tangible strategies here? But you'd be surprised. Resetting your mindset around money is where your freedom starts. I have my top 5 favorite books on money, from classics such as Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Kiyosaki to a bit more psychologically focused such as Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, and each of them talks about the mindset aspect. And as a mindset coach, working with people's limiting beliefs and their blind spots that stop them from achieving their fulfilling life, freedom, and joy is the biggest part of my job. I can tell you that in everything you do, 50% success, if not more, is coming from right mindset. 40% is hard work and self-discipline, and only 10% is luck and favorable circumstances. The concept of scarcity mindset is all too familiar to many of us. It's the feeling that there is never enough, that we are constantly struggling to make ends meet, and that the next financial disaster is just around the corner. But what if I told you that this mindset is not only holding you back from achieving financial freedom, but it's actually trapping you in poverty? When we operate from a place of scarcity, we make decisions based on fear and lack rather than abundance and possibility. We settle for less, we compromise on our values, and we miss out on opportunities that could change our lives. We hold onto money too tightly, absolutely do not think long term, and as a consequence, fail to invest in ourselves and our future. We are stuck in a cycle of poverty, and we don't even realize it. This explains how people spend their whole salary on buying a huge TV, for example, bigger than their room, and then have no money left to pay their bills, let alone to invest in themselves through education or financial investing. They are so fearful of not getting any more money that they think this is it, this is my only opportunity, and they fall into a trap of instantaneous gratification rather than taking that salary and firstly allocating to repay the debt, pay the bills, then think about their long-term goals such as education, business, and investing, and only after that go and buy their TV, and only if they have some money left. As a result, our lives become a constant struggle. We are always on the lookout for the next threat, the next bill to pay, the next crisis to avert. We are exhausted, stressed, and anxious, and our financial choices reflect this state of mind. But it gets worse. When we are stuck in a scarcity mindset, we attract more scarcity into our lives. We attract people who reinforce our limiting beliefs. We attract situations that keep us stuck, and we attract financial situations that keep us in debt. But here is the thing, our minds are incredibly powerful tools, and when we shift our mindset, we shift our entire reality. When we start to see abundance instead of scarcity, we start to make different choices. We start to take risks. We start to invest in ourselves, and we start to attract new opportunities into our lives. One of the most powerful insights that I've gained on this journey is that abundance is not just about money. It's about freedom. It's about choice. And it's about living a life that truly reflects our values and our dreams. When we operate from a place of abundance, we are not limited by our current circumstances. We are only limited by our own imaginations. I will give you one of my recent examples that actually we just went through in our lives. So my husband and I, we have been investing so much in building our own home and paying a huge mortgage that we always thought that that's the only way to be. We always thought that we had this concept in our head that we have to own our own place, that we have to pay a mortgage, that we have to have our own home. But then only recently I changed the mindset around it and how I look at those things. And now we just realize that we can actually release some of the equity from that home and repurpose that money to build something of our own, potentially a business with a higher return on the investment and higher growth opportunities that can give us more joy, more pleasure than just doing 9 to 5 kind of job, and then build that wealth later on. So sometimes that one mindset shift can actually lead to so many more opportunities. Point number 2, money is good. Another thing with mindset is that you need to embrace the concept that money is good. Money earned in an honest and legal way is good. I heard the other day how Cody Sanchez was talking about one of the experiments she did at one of her public events with her friend. They asked people to close their eyes and imagine any kind of shape or pose that they associated with the word money. When they opened their eyes, they were amazed to see that majority of people were like cringing or bending, which is actually really interesting. So majority of people have those strong associations with money that actually is not a good thing. Many people are raised with the mindset that a good person can't make a lot of money. Money is very often perceived as something dirty or bad. People are much happier to accept you when you are struggling than when you're doing really well financially. So that's something to think about. Whereas she said when she was going through that experiment, she was standing like that with her hands open and her friend was like that as well. So, that concept can change also how you go in life about money as well. Point number 3, poor money management. Let's face it, we are not taught how to manage our finances in school, and most of us learn by trial and error. This lack of education leads to a lack of control, and before we know it, we're drowning in debt. We are not taught in school about the basics of investing, the principles of budgeting and compounding interest, which is obviously not ideal, but is not end of the world because we can catch up on the knowledge and implement healthy financial habits for ourselves. The biggest game changer is budgeting. It is understanding how much you have, how much you spend on average, and how much you need over the coming months. This habit will give you unbelievable progress on your path to financial control and independence. This will then give you an idea how much you can save for various goals, how much you should allocate for every bucket of your spending, and how much you can then invest. I have prepared an easy to follow budgeting template for you, which you can download for free at the description below and start using today. Please take the action and let me know in the comments how this change positively impacted your life. You can also check out my video here where I talk about budgeting and the next steps you need to take to make your process efficient and smooth. Another big thing to learn is the principle of compounding interest. What if I told you that even if you are 50 years old, but if you start investing today at the average return rate of 10%, at least $500 per month, with initial deposit of $2,000, and not touch the money you invest, preferably in some kind of index funds, by the time you are 60, you will accumulate roughly $100,000, which is not a bad thing, right? The faster you start taking that action and the earlier you start taking that action, the better outcomes you will have later on. Point number 4, societal pressure. Another reason is societal pressure. We are constantly bombarded with ads telling us we need to have the latest gadget, the trendiest clothes, and the most luxurious vacations. It's hard not to feel like we are missing out, and that pressure can be overwhelming. Additionally, our environment plays a significant role in shaping our financial habits. If we are surrounded by people who overspend and live paycheck to paycheck, we are more likely to do the same. But here is the thing, our financial situation is not a reflection of our worth. We don't have to constantly chase that status. We are more than our bank accounts, and we have the power to change our circumstances. It starts with a shift in mindset. We need to stop believing that we are not good enough and start believing that we are capable of creating the financial lives we want. We need to take responsibility for our actions and start making intentional decisions about our money. This means doing the budgeting, paying off your debt, and building the emergency fund. I actually talk about this in one of my videos that you can actually check out here at the link above. It means being honest with ourselves about our spending habits and making changes that align with our values. So what can you do to start seeing improvement in your financial health? First, take a close look at your spending habits. Where can you cut back on unnecessary expenses? Are there areas where you can negotiate a better deal? Next, create a budget that works for you, not against you. This means prioritizing your needs over your wants and make intentional decisions about how you allocate your money. Finally, start building an emergency fund. This will give you a sense of security and peace of mind, and it will help you avoid going further into debt when unexpected expenses arise. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, as in this channel we talk about everything related to personal success, and financial independence is one of the aspects of it. If you love the videos on the financial education, habits, and goals, check out my video here on 5 money habits to avoid in order for you to build that financial success you are aspiring for. As always, rooting for your success with care, Anna.